Hi guys, Spectre here. Welcome back to some more Total War Warhammer 3. Continuing my Gor-Rok campaign. Yeah, he's coming down there to get his temple guard, doesn't he? And then I can look at recruiting that third army. So I get this built in a turn. Oh, and I figured out what the fuck was going on. Like, why are these things getting built so fucking quickly? Apparently it's something to do with my thing. Construction time -2 for all buildings, minimum of 1 turn. But why is that affecting other provinces? Is that a global bonus? Should that work like that? See, I would expect that being a commandment, apart from like research rate and relations. I would expect it to be like the Changeling's magic. I would expect it to be province-wide, specific to that province. Some might have global bonuses on them, but I wouldn't expect that to be one of them. I would have thought construction time would have been that province. Like income there from all buildings. I wouldn't expect that to be global. Be just that province. I mean, then again, you've got global capacity there on that one, but it does say faction-wide. It's very weird. So I put this on purely for the research rate, because the research rate's 160%. So I can get some of my research done faster, because they'll give me big benefits. But I was like, why is this building in 1 turn? That's fucking why. And that's why I'm not bothered about being able to afford a third army, because I'm pulling in that, and I've not even got the money-making commandment on, which is going to make every province make 25% more money. So money I've got plenty of. Please don't go to war with him, Oxyodal. Be a good boy. Oh god, it's a rat primeval glory army, but he's got skinks in there, what the fuck? That's a lot of armies. Hence why his power bar is so much bigger than mine. And I'm about 25% of his. I've noticed that as well with armies. It doesn't just factor into the quality of your army for the power bar, but also how many you've got. Because like you can have like one really strong army, but one of your allies or enemies could have like 4 medium to crap armies, but it'll give them more power bar than you, even though in battle your one army might beat their 3 or 4. Tahina Train war, no. My relations would go down the toilet, mate. I need to keep my relations very high. You're the one that made the stupid mistake of declaring war on the High Elves when you could have declared war on one of the fucking evil factions over here. But no, let's go and declare war on one of our strongest allies. Because as Lizardmen go, they're kind of the outsiders of the Order Tide, but the ones most accepting of them are the High Elves, because the High Elves know their value. and how long they've been fighting chaos. Where the younger races, your humans, your dwarves, obviously humans also encompassing Bretonnians, your border princes, all that sort of stuff, they're not as accepting of Lizardmen. They see them more as a threat than an ally in some cases. Or, if not more of a threat, as an equal threat to some bad guys. In some cases with good reason, because Lizardmen have killed humans in the past as well as dwarves. Astral the Dark Path. Nice name. You're about to get your ship pushed in by a lot of Lizardmen armies. Okay. Those dwarves could counterattack on their turn, because they've got half an army in the city as well, and these two idiots are both in march stance. Why would he go into march stance to move that extra inch from the fucking campaign map? That wouldn't make any sense. Then again, the AI doesn't always make sense. Sometimes it's just stupid shit. So the one good thing is, a map this size now with this many playable legendary lords and factions in here, it gives CA plenty of time to, one, fix any bugs, and the DLC team to make the DLC and have plenty of time to do it. Because nobody's going to be like going, oh, give us this, give us this, give us this. They've got lots to do. You've got thousands of hours of gameplay here alone. Maybe tens of thousands. You know, you've got plenty of stuff you can be doing. Then as they release like new content and stuff. I just hope they eventually tweak the recruitment system of Warriors of Chaos, I really do. If not, then that's my most playable faction. Probably not even going to be in my top 5. So my favourite one then would be Beastmen. Probably followed by Greenskins. I like Greenskins even though they're quite hard to play in some cases because they haven't got the strongest armies. But as long as they don't nerf Skulkers are actually really fun to play with because they're like a melee equivalent of Shades for Dark Elves. Shades are very fun to play with because they've got Stalk and Vanguard. They've got a lot of tactical flexibility that you can do things with. Just where Skulkers are good in combat, Shades are okay in combat. They're not amazing, but they're not supposed to be. They're a range unit. But they do punch above their weight in combat, them Shades. And obviously kind of Shades are great swords that then armor piercing in melee as well as in range, which is rather ridiculous. And that still needs another turn of recovery, which is fine. Yeah, so we're going to build over here, weren't we? We're going to build a recruiting area. Yeah, so I'll need that and that built in here. We've already got the Saurus building. Yeah, so if I need to re-recruit... I'm not going to recruit armies over here. I'll recruit them over on the mainland. But if I need to recover new units, if I lose a unit or something like that, I'm not sending an army all the way back over there. I'll recruit it from here. Do I make that the priority now, though, is the question. Could be a good idea, yeah. So if I build that, and then build that, then I can recruit every troops that I need. And then the last two spots can be the Skink Priest building to combat corruption as well. Also gives us some money. And then the Geomantic Web, which gives us a bit more money. As well as my Stronger Commandments, which are always useful. But to do that we need the full province. We need Lashiek, which is down there. But since this direction is just the ogres, I don't really need to go this direction any further. We'll wait the one more turn. Yeah, Shifty can stay there because he's a scout for that army, isn't he? And this is the problem. My public order here is fucking ass. I mean, I don't really need it for, like, growth. Only thing I'd really benefit from it is if I recruit something there, which I will be doing in Itza. I'll be recruiting the Horned ones. Minus 5%, so they're a bit cheaper. And then you get the campaign line of sight, so you can see a bit further. But the public order's stable at 11. It's fucking right low. So I don't think... I know they've got this minus control, like a pendulum system, but I think it should knock off there. So I think it should be stable between 25 and 50. There shouldn't be a -2. That should be removed. I think it's a bit too low. Because you've got to think as well as, if someone comes along to start raiding you, say an army spawns in, that's -3 a turn. So, literally after like 3-4 turns, you're into minuses. You're then into the red already. And then obviously then your recruitment cost is then getting more expensive while they're there.
Tahenawin Sikal Alisik Parsar Shini Tarsar Soteka.
And see, now he's at war with Kairos as well, which is fucking annoying. I mean, hopefully he can get out of these wars before the relations get too low. Fucking moron. He's even got defensive allies with another faction of elves. But he's at war with fucking 4 primary ones and a group of wood elves. But, like, being at war with Kairos Fate Weaver, that makes sense. Being at war with the others does not. That's stupid. But this is not, it's not so much his fault as it is the game's fault. Because he had no enemies he was at war with, the game gave him an enemy. But that enemy that it chose happened to have fucking 4 military allies. So he's now at war with 5 factions that are both our allies and really fucking strong.
Anka has ter her. Al Zermar.
I have to keep giving him gifts every so many turns. Whenever that goes red, I need to give him a gift. It's okay when it's 4,000 because it means I'm making 6,000 profit a turn. But I've got to give him those gifts to keep the relations up. I mean, it's probably going to piss off the elves, I imagine, to some degree. Yeah, it is, yeah. Gifts given to Court Sotek, yeah, they're not liking it. They really, really aren't liking it. So there's Tyrannok. Have they got 10 settlements? What the fuck? Teen's got 15, Evelyn's got 12, Yvressa's got 7. And then whatever she's got. Yeah. I mean, if I've got to give him too many gifts before I can actually get a military alliance, and even then a military alliance itself is going to hurt, the High Elves might declare war on me. Now, I'm not going to go over there and look to conquer their land, but I'm going to have to defend my northern border. So I'm going to have to leave probably 1 or 2 armies there permanently. And maybe even here as well. Depends how far they're going to come and attack. All because of a stupid system they've got. I don't think the system really kicks in easy or normal. I don't think it actually starts kicking in until hard. But in hard difficulty, I'm pretty sure it gives you more turns. You get something more like 10 to 15 turns to declare war on someone. Before that declares, like, chooses an AI faction to declare war on you. And it could even be like an ally, which is really bad about the system. But in very hard legendary, it's usually you get like 1-2 turns, maybe 3 if you're lucky. Then an AI faction that has already encountered you declares war upon you. But it could even be somebody you've got good relations with. I've even had it happen to be someone who's a defensive ally. They'd broken all their agreements and declared war upon me because they were the only person available. Well, they weren't the only person. They were one of about 6 factions that could declare war upon me. But because I wasn't at war with someone, it forced one to declare war upon me. And then they declared war upon me, and me and my other 5 allies in the region went to war with them. And they were dead in like a matter of turns, because they were completely overwhelmed. So you've got to always be at war with someone, and this is the important thing, I found this out on stream the other day, has to be somebody relatively close to your faction. Because we had, Overlord was playing Nikai, who was on the far side of the world, and he starts at war with the Norscan faction. He sailed through the sea lane and came down to Lustria over here. Now, luckily the game crashed, which was good, because the Henuin declared war on Overlord, because he didn't have an enemy this side of the world. But he declared war, obviously, in the end turn. But because the game crashed, we reloaded our save, which is before the end turn. So I got Overlord to declare war on some Tomb Kings that start on the coast of Lustria. And because he declared war on the Tomb Kings, and they were an enemy that's nearby, Tehenuin then didn't declare war on him. He even gave me a non-aggression pact. So, it's not only got to be at war with someone, it's got to be somebody relatively nearby. If they're too far away, the game will also get somebody to declare war upon you. I'm not sure exactly how it chooses the distance of how close they've got to be, but I'm guessing it's got to be probably on the same landmass, and probably within, I'm going to guess, probably 4 to 5 turns from you at the most. Otherwise, I don't know exactly how it works. I don't think anyone will do other than the devs. But from finding that out, we know that's how that works. So you've got to be at war with somebody relatively close to you. It's no good if they're at war and the other side of the world doesn't work. That might change though, if they let the AI use sea lanes. Because then technically that Norscan could go through the sea lane and chase Overlord. But because the AI can't use sea lanes at the moment, it's a player-only feature. So you can basically run through a sea lane a bit other side of the world and be safe as houses. But somebody over there will then probably declare war upon you. Because trying to travel from one side of the world to the other is going to be probably a good 300 turns. Marching through God knows how many provinces. Oh, and to answer a question I was asked. I was asked a question privately. Why don't I scout out very much with my heroes? Now, obviously, I use them as scouts for my armies, but I don't send them too far beyond my armies. There's a reason for this. This is not a real-time strategy game. This is a grand strategy game. It's turn-based on the campaign map. Real-time strategy games, you send out little scouting units all over the place to find resources, find enemies, good place to build like a second base, all these different types of things. You send them all over the place in real-time strategy games. If in doubt, ask my moderator Duke. He loves StarCraft 2, he'll tell you. I used to do it on Age of Empires. That's what I used to do. I'd send out scouts fucking everywhere, scouting shit out, and trying to find like new gold mines, new veins of food, that sort of stuff. Oh bugger. I can't at the moment. I want to, but I can't. Because it'll piss off Tenuin. The reason you don't want to scout out too far is you might encounter too many enemies. And then it becomes, which people who are more into RTS and less into grand strategy won't really know, what we call this is total war campaign. So this is total war campaign is where you declare war on everyone the turn that you meet them. So basically you're at war with the entire world. Be it good guys, bad guys, you don't give a fuck. You're at war with everyone. You personally declare war upon them as well. Because I'm not sure, I think there's an achievement linked to it at one point. I'm not sure if there still is. Or at least it won't come in yet until Immortal Empires comes out of beta. And you can get an achievement for it, for completing a This is Total War campaign. But you've got to declare war on a faction on the turn that you meet them. So you can't click your end turn button before you've declared war upon them. Otherwise you then can't get the achievement. Huh? They're pirates. Who the fuck about pirates? Okay. If I attack him, he's going to retreat. %66% chance. And if he retreats, I won't be able to attack him again, and then I'll be left exposed and be able to attack by both these armies. Now, while my one army can probably still beat both those armies, I'd rather the odds be greater in my favour. Yes, that is a quote of Hunger Games. Yeah, the main difference here is though your big damage dealers aren't your front line. They're not your Sauruses. They can do some damage, but like they haven't got on piercing damage that much. So they've got well, actually it's close to half the thingy, but they haven't got the armor piercing trait. So they're not as good against heavily armored units, and obviously they're not armored themselves either. So they'll be taking some more damage. So these aren't really designed to win you the game. And neither of these either. I mean, they can do a bit more damage when they become Temple Guard on this side. Obviously, Gor-Rok's not having Temple Guard because he keeps 10% physical resistance, which makes his guys more durable than Temple Guard, which is the whole point. These are supposed to be durable. Supposed to hold the line, take the punishment. Your heroes and your Lord dish out the damage, as does your cavalry. These are damage dealing units. These are what win you the battle. These and these. More importantly, in the case of this style army, the spellcasters. So Croak in Gor-Rok's army, and then the Slan Mage Priest of Fire in these armies. Because they dish out the bulk of the damage, which is why it's important to try and have high winds magic if you can. If you get caught with low winds, you could be in for a tough fight. But once these two get buffed up and they're on their monstrous mounts, they can put on some hurt as well. And then you've got another 8 here that can. So a good portion of your army can hurt, but your Sauruses aren't meant to win you the fight in this particular campaign, this style of army. I mean, even with these stats, they've got some pretty impressive stats. Really fucking high leadership. They've got 81 armoured despite not having the armoured trait. 56 melee attack, 53 melee defence, 75 weapon strength. So they've got a fair bit, and obviously these two are the perfect vigor jobs, so they don't get tired in battle either. Oh, there we go, that's what I wanted. Clicking on the unit. So they have 8 less melee attack than the Blessed Saurus Warriors, 12 less weapon strength, and a 6 smaller charge bonus. And they have 1,300 less health. Well, again there, the melee attack, although it is quite a bit, as well as weapon strength, isn't a massive concern, neither is the charge bonus, because more often than not they're going to be taking a charge rather than dishing one out. They aren't too bad. The biggest one is the health difference, and obviously because they've got perfect vigour, so they don't tire in the battle, they'll keep going, full effect. But their health obviously is quite a bit off as well. But at least they keep the same melee defence, and the same leadership, the same armour. So they're still durable, and that's what you want them to be. You want them to be durable. You're not looking for them to output more damage. If it comes to the point where I've got relying Sauruses to win a battle, my army's already in a bad place. They've got a boat there, haven't they? So what do I recruit my guys at? $22 already. Nice. Right, okay. I can perform that again next to it. But I won't actually. I'll wait. Because he's going to be down here. Is that local province or local region? Just says recruit rank +2 for Saurus units. I have no way to check without recruiting an army. That's the problem. We're gonna hold off anyway. We're gonna send him down there. I'll pop him into Fuming Serpent, and I'll recruit Slooptails, but I'm gonna rename him. But then I'll pop this right, which only lasts for 5 turns. So I want to get his 2 Temple Guard in there first, and then recruit the other guys for the dude. It's weird how some of those benefits as well don't work for the blessed units. Yeah, it's just now they're immortal. I'm happy to recruit them. I'm not willing to wait for the fuck. I'd love to, buddy, but I can't. It'll piss off Tenowin. See, all these agreements I'm being offered, and I can't do it because, well, actually, it's not Tenowin's fault. As I said, it's the game's fault. It's that game mechanic affects both us as well as the AI. See, in case of like Oxyotl, it'll be okay because he's fighting Kairos from the southern tip of the Southlands. It's hard to believe that there's still 92 factions in the game. That's insane. Think how many there were in Warhammer 2. Like total, like at the very start, like turn 1 of a campaign. And then 100 and whatever it is, 40 odd turns in, and there's still 92 factions kicking around. But you start with like what, 274 or something? Monday's army took an arsehole in. I just need Mazda Monday to not go to war with the fucking High Elves. I need that. Unless he's already at war. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure Nakar is still on that fucking island somewhere. In fact, it might have been Nakari's faction. Wish his hero would go and do something useful. Now see, Tehenowin's armies are going over here, including Tehenowin himself. If both of these armies get destroyed, his power bar is going to drop massively. I'll probably even be stronger than him. Especially considering I'm about to recruit my third army. So if it drops, I can hopefully afford a military alliance and it not take all my money. But I just have to take it because I need it for the rich conditions. Because chances are relations are going to worsen. Because once I've got a military alliance, I'm not going to give him... I'm not going to be paying him anymore every so many turns. At the moment I've got to pay him to keep the relations up. I won't have to pay him anymore. Once I've got that, the only way he's likely to break that is if I go to war with him. And he won't declare war on me when you've got a military alliance. Because to do that, the AI's got to have like certain traits. Or you've got to break the alliance by like not going into war. So let's say he declares war on the Empire. But I don't want to go to war with the Empire. That would then break my military alliance. But that'd be my fault for not doing it. I just need to get the military alliance with him, and then I should have all of Lustria controlled in the way the game needs. Here's one that I need to watch. What are they going to do? No, he's going back that way. Okay. He's going into ambush stance. Trying to coax the dwarves into an attack or something. He's not reinforcing this though, I don't think. That's weird. And the Valkyrie's coming down here, and she? I saw her flying around up there. Does that mean she might have wiped out Malekith maybe? I don't know. Nice early game army you've got there. See, this army's not bad in the early game, but not now. There's too many spearmen though. I'd take more archers than that. Maybe 4 or 5 spearmen tops. And if you're going to take spearmen, at least take silver in guard. They've got a bit more stability. But like what my ally's doing now, which is scouting around, what that other player was asking about, that's a bad thing. Because then they go and reveal loads of factions. Someone might like you and someone might not. And then you end up in a lot of wars. Now it's not always a bad thing, but sometimes I've seen armies travel long range to come and fight a fucking player. That's not bad, because I can kill that army next turn. I might have to fight it though, because if I don't fight it, that other army's nearby. Port Royal. Put that into the game. Is that a Pirates? What do you call it? Pirates of the Caribbean reference. Because that porting, that's called Port Royal. Come get yourself into there. Once he's in there, we'll pop the right and we'll start recruiting. He shouldn't be able to retreat twice, to my knowledge. %170% research rate. Why did it go up? It might be that. Yeah, I guess 10% on it. Oh. So at the moment it's okay. It's still going up. But I can't afford it. So he's wanting more money than I've got in my treasury, which is a lot. So let me check my victory conditions. Yeah, so I've almost got that one. So I need the Guanji Valley, Turtle Isles, Creeping Jungle, Jungle of Mists, Copper Desert, and the Night Forest Road. Axion's one of the provinces in there. Oh, because Eamon's monument of Izatel. Right, okay. That's why there's quite a few. But then once I've got military alliance with him, all these will be ticked. So that'll be done. So then all I've got to do is get to 70 settlements. 30 settlements will complete that one. And these factions are already dead. And then I've just got to get there with that one. Yeah, I ain't got to give him 4,000 every turn. So at least then it's not hammering the relations too bad. Because it does give it a chance to drop off a bit with them. I don't want it to get too fucking high. Because then I get drawn into a war that I don't want to be in. Normally, I would auto-resolve this, but because I know there's two other armies nearby, one's in attack range and one's probably within force march range. If I take a lot of damage, which from what I've seen so far from the auto-resolve, it fucking batters my front line, and even my cavalry takes some damage, but Bastiladon takes a lot of damage, and so does the Skink Chief. I don't know why it picks out those particular two. I'm hoping it might change once he gets put on his mount. But I need to take as little damage as possible, if I can. And an army this small shouldn't really be an issue. And this is where you've just got to think about things. It's decisive victory, low casualties. But if you've been watching the campaign at all, you'll have seen I've auto-resolved quite a few of those. And what? Turn, you dumbass. Actually, put you there. So I need to get all of those cannons if we can pretty quickly. Yeah, because they're still going to hurt. Has he got stalk on him? He has. Okay, bring you round. Did they move their artillery? Morons. I was wondering, like, why aren't they fucking firing at me? Now I know. Fucking size of that and the disc stalk. It's so ridiculous. That reduces damage it'll cause anyway. Right, okay. It's not pussy about. We're not worried about what's in this fucking flank here. They don't pose any threat to us pretty much whatsoever. Need one of you to go around. Two Godly halberds actually. Probably not the best thing to charge cavalry into. Go fetch. You go into that. You come here. They're abusing Croak somehow, I'm not sure how. They are abusing Croak. I think the cannons are firing at him. They took some damage. I need a Bastiladon. So the units that normally take damage, which is the Bastiladon and the Skink Chief, barely take any. If anything, in this one it was the cavalry, and the cavalry took a better hammer. But so did Croak. I think Croak was getting focused by the cannons. I'm surprised he only got 28 kills because he did a lot of fucking damage. Just out of that army, really. Could adopt that because I'm in my own territory, so I'm going to heal. Technically, the only what's really badly injured though is Krog. The rest of it's Camden. Just that there's that army there. It is recruiting, but they can cancel recruit in March.
This is forbidden.
Now, whether they can follow up into the second attack, because he can definitely attack twice from that range. I'm not sure about those. Right, we'll go into Gor-Rok, aren't we, anyway? Yeah, keep that. We'll get these two as well. And he's already got healing. I'm not like got an Arstle around.
Yes.
Malekith.
You haven't got many settlements though. Mal Starpledge doing okay though, 14. Strength rank 3, so I've got to put that prick down. Legion of Gold Queen, strength rank 9, she's got 7. See, that's somebody I can declare war on if I need to. I don't need to right yet, but it's somebody I can declare war on. He's still holding a strength rank 2, Monday strength rank 1. Yeah, Monday though has got the same thing as me. Monday's defensive allies with Attain. And then, you know, he's got trade with a lot of those guys as well.
Saltik soteklok. Fizma.
Still at minus 16. I need to try and get it down to probably about minus 10 or 12, and then I can probably afford to make a military alliance out of him. I wish I could, but I can't. Looks like I'm going to go over the Gold Queen anyway. Exiles declaring war on those. But see, those are factions I don't mind going to war with. Two factions of Norskins and the Gore Queen, that's not an issue. I'll probably be at war with them at some point anyway. When do you need to let your troops heal, buddy? They're at half strength. Tic-tac-toe. Balakith. Who's there, is he? That's 3 420 stacks. Oh god. And they're attacking the mob in attack by Monday. I love it. Right, here we go. This one I want to see. What are you going to do? He's forced marching. Shit. See, I told you he'd stop recruiting to come force march. But he was attacking the dwarf, not me. Are they now going to go for me is the question. No, he's moving there. Shit, they beat 2 dwarf armies and the garrison. That would have been. Did it lose anything? Fuck off. Tunkings are not that good. I'm not against dwarves. Dwarves are strong as fuck in the auto-resolve. Valkyria. Oh, fucking hell, she's level 50 already. She's got all the purples. Oh dear. She's been doing a lot of fighting, despite only having 7 settlements. Level fucking 50 Valkyria. With all the purples. That's a scary prospect. I'm guessing he's going after Kairos. I'm surprised they're actually attacking. They normally just sit there and do nothing. Usually by this point in the game as well, you'll see usually like one faction alone on Earth 1. Because usually a team's confederated all the others, or wipe them out. But because Confederations are now much harder for both the player and the AI, it's good to see some of the other factions keeping their independence. It shouldn't be that easy for the good guys to confederate. Because that's the problem we had in Warhammer 2 with the Order tied all the time. Now the Empire had it as part of their mechanic, and Bretonnians have it as part of their technology tree. But it's still not completely fair when they can do it that quickly. And the AI does it much quicker than the player does in most cases. But the High Elves don't have a mechanic or a technology that allows them to very quickly confederate other High Elf factions. So now they're separate. It's a bit more balanced and thematically correct as well. So some might argue, oh yes, but they're all High Elves. Yeah, but then if they were all High Elves and helping each other, what happened to Toya Vress when Grom came over wouldn't have happened. Because they've all rallied and helped there. But Baltharion had to come back from Nagaron to help his fucking own people out. Because the others sat there and did fuck all. Right, so... yes. From the right. I've got the thing gone. Shit. Of course I haven't. What? You don't have that here? In which case then, fuck it. You can go on that way. Oh, should I distribute them to pull that there? I'm not sure if I can. No, not really. I need it from this there. Fuck it, I'll just recruit is from the main province. Let's get the Slab Mage. What did that do? We're still gonna pay for it. Yeah, that's good. Theirs is going to last longer, unfortunately. The others have got in like 2 turns, but I don't know how much longer his is going to last. We'll see. What? Fucking another 40% base miscast chance there? What the fuck? Where do we go into with the other guy? We took that as well, did we? Right, okay, then went into there. Alright, okay. Yeah, just make chance to take that actually, because it's the training in it. Yeah. Put him sloop. Potion of strength. Ain't got much of a. Has he got anything? Anyone who might need that over here? Actually, he could use that himself. Yeah, give him that instead of Chronic Command. Make him put on some more hurt in combat. I can try that next time. So the perfect chance to try and get rid of that army. Maybe that army. If my army's fully recovered. Probably the best chance we're going to get. I need to move that hero down as well. Shit. There is another army. Spectre I should be okay with, I think. Because I think he's got... Maybe not. Why is he not strength rank 3? Treaties with Lackway doesn't like. Aren't you allies with him? His military alliance with fucking Thorek. How the fuck manage that one? Well, where's Tic-Tac-Toe? Where are you? No, he's got defensive alliance of Bowman of Orion. Fuck, has he pulled that one off? I had grief strength rank 4. Fucking hell. Think about how many provinces has he got then? 12 settlements. I might end up at war with him at some point. Ugh. Which means I could end up at war with those as well. They're right there. They're too far away from me to care about a moment, and so are they. I'm not going to declare war on him, but he might declare war on me. Actually, if he declares war on me, that's not too bad. Because then he won't pull in the Greybeard, because they're a defensive ally, not a military ally. Right. We can't get his Sauruses from here. But we can get his... his Temple Guard, but we can get his Sauruses. And they don't need to wait for the commandment. Actually. Leave the commandment. We don't need it. We don't need it. We need that one though. Should be 2 of those. Yeah. Then 2 Temple Guard. We are going to temporarily need a Croxy Gore, aren't we? Yeah. That takes 3 turns though. Ooh. I might recruit him from the other area. I might recruit him from here, because I don't need the Kroxigor to be high rank, that's not important. What's important is that I've only got 5 turns of that. So they all recruit next turn. We can then move them straight on, get them up here to recruit their Horde ones. Right, I'm going to call this part here, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, leave a like. If you're new around here, drop a subscription. Or if you're one of my current viewers who aren't subscribed, hit that sub button for me. Let's help grow the channel. Let's get it rolling. Take care, and I'll catch you on the next video, everyone.